Stop here. Before you drop thousands of dollars, listen carefully to this video to know exactly how to spot a fake Chanel bag. Hi everyone here, my name is Margot alias margavalux. I'm a French bag lover. I also own my pre-loved business, and in this video I'm gonna dive in and explain you like little points that can help you like to dive in the pre-loved market and to know how to spot a fake Chanel bag. These are like general main points that will help you for sure. And I cannot disclose every point, it would last hours and hours, but these points will help you a lot to spot at least like a lot of fake bags. So let's go. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. All right, we have different parts in this video. I will try to make it easier in this section below the video. This way you can have all the chapters. First, why is it so important? Chanel bags are not just bags. It's an investment. These are very high-end prices for a bag. Some of the bags even increase in value over time. Not exactly right now, but especially those ones that are released in very, very little quantity and that are very limited edition. They also increase a lot the prices lately, these last few years. A Chanel bag from before COVID and right now has definitely completely changed. They have doubled the price minimum. I will put you the before and after if I can find it, of course. But nowadays the market is full also of fakes and super fake. So that's why now I'm gonna give you some little help on how to identify these like fake bags and also to secure your investments, because I know some people cannot afford to go in store, and it's also super nice to go pre-loved because you can find some very good deals and some different bags that you can no longer buy in store. This is why we are going to see this together today. I'm gonna give you, I think, 10 points to check. The first one is the serial number. This one is quite important actually. Every authentic bag has a serial number. They have until like 2021 a serial number, and nowadays they do have a RFID plate. This is like a metallic plate with numbers and letters on it. I will show you on the screen. This is also completely normal, and those bags, for those more recent bags, do not come like the card authenticity. These are the originals, like the previous one that goes the hologram sticker plus the little card. Some bags on pre-love do not have the card. It can happen, and some bags do not have the serial number because it was detached, it was removed, or I don't know, it depends. But usually you will find one. So since 84, before you cannot find any serial number, they would not do it. But since 1984, they are putting serial number in their bags between 6 and 8 digits number. 6 are the oldest, the completely vintage one, and 8 for nowadays. They are the more recent ones. And the more recent one has letter and numbers. So if you find a serial number that have like 9 or 10 digits on the Chanel bag, impossible. Also very important to check the font of the serial number. This can help you a lot. If the font looks very weird, fuzzy, or like very, very recent on the vintage, for example, it's a huge red flag. The sticker is always usually protected by an overlay of like plastic sticker, I would say. And on the side, you always have like the Chanel and some logos on the sticker directly. It should normally not peel so easily. It was made to last. If it's bubbling or peeling in a weird way, it's a red flag also. It doesn't mean it's a fake bag, but this is not also a good sign. For example, if you have a very recent bag or even a vintage and you know a pre-loved business that work with entropy, I would advise you to go with entropy also to verify your bags with an expert plus entropy certificate that combines such a great knowledge. Don't go only for entropy itself only. I would really advise you to combine both certification, both expertise. For me, it's nowadays very important. As a business, we also work with entropy. I work with my knowledge, but also with entropy to combine and, you know, because sometimes people does not know me exactly and my expertise. So it's very important to have something else that is like supported by LVMH itself. So, you know, this is also something important. So if you don't really know how to do it, just go to a business that can do the entropy certificate for you. And this way you will clear your mind. We are doing this. We can like do the certificate for you. You will have to send us a bag and we will return the bag. So we have a package. We are trying to do it actually because a lot of people are asking for us like to authentify. So we are making a package right now with the label shipping for round trip. and also the price of the entreprise certificate because, you know, it has a cost. So next up is the CC logo, which is also such an important part. This one is a beautiful vintage with a gold plated. The gold plated sign is just here. You can see it, it has sometimes different shape, but it's still here with a vintage Chanel. They stopped doing this for a more recent style. So on an authentic one, okay, the right C always overlap the other part of the C logo and always overlap the left on the top of the logo. This is very important, as you can see here, so important. The curves should always be super symmetrical on here and here as well. You can see it's very symmetrical. It's like perfect. You will not have a C like bigger than another one. You will not have a C that is more on the left than the other one. It's super important that it's like just the perfect double C in each part. And you have a little curve. It's very little. It's very thin. It's not like super rounded. It's just a little bit. It's very thin. I will try to find like a not okay one. I will try to fit it here. This way you can compare a little bit and see like a little bit better. I don't have a not authentic one, so I cannot show it to you. We received some of them, but not Chanel bags. We try to be super careful about them. But you know, I will try to find a photo online anyway. Let's talk about now the stitching. This is so important to mention all the stitching on Chanel bags. These are the perfect of Chanel. Nowadays, I can see some bags that are not super perfect in store, honestly, I have to admit. Depends on what bag. But, you know, in Chanel bags, usually in between the quilted, you should have, normally, and depending on the type of bags, between 10 and 11 stitching in each. Should not have too many, but not enough also, because otherwise your quilted will be like very fluffy. On vintage, the quilted is not fluffy, it's like almost flat. On a more recent one, I have mine actually that is here. So mine is under our spa system. I'm cleaning it actually, so it's like matte right now because I just cleaned it and I need to do like the hydration part. But mine, as you can see, is way more fluffy because it's a more recent one. It's a silver one. It's different. Also, like the stitching should be always like very well stitched. It should not you should not have like stitching like very loose, weird. It should always like almost be perfect. Very important. Now let's go for the quilted part. This is a part that is easy to check actually, and if you see something online, just ask for more photos. If you're not sure, ask for more close-up details and etc. Make sure like the photos are all the same, from the same bag, from the same person. I see so many like fake pages, and my clients also send me some few things and I'm like, girl, the price is too good to be true and like the photos are not matching. Even this is already a red flag. You should not even invest inside the photos when you see this. Because it's not even the same bag on all photos. So first, this doesn't sounds good, so you should just don't even invest. Well, so the Chanel diamonds, like how we call it, like the quilted, should be always very perfect and also should always align, especially the back pocket. This is so important. On some vintage, it can sometimes move a little bit because this is old, this is leather. Sometimes it can move. It's like a living material, so of course it will not be perfect at any time. These bags have more like 30 years. This one is exceptionally well, I have to admit, but sometimes it cannot align perfectly, but very close. Anyway, it should be super aligned on the pocket and on the ones below. Very important each time. Even here, usually they all align well. Now let's talk about the hardware. Here we have a gold plated for the vintage one. Nowadays they don't. You have just gold and not real gold, obviously. But you also have like silver. Mine is a silver. It's a more recent one. You have also, they use sometimes in some collections, the ruthenium, which is a silver, a little bit like oldish silver, I would say. This is also very nice. I'm gonna show you the ruthenium. The ruthenium is this hardware. It's actually also super gorgeous. I like it, personally. I don't know if you like it. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite Chanel bag of all time? Let us know, I'm curious. You also have like the champagne hardware. For example, this mini flap has the champagne hardware. It's lovely. And as you can see, the quilted on the bag is perfect. So back then, Chanel uses a 24K gold plated, very important on all vintage bags. It should be like kind of heavy, You could feel like it's not plastic on the hardware. It has a very special odor also on the leather and on the hardware. Same for the hardware here. You should see here exactly the Chanel Paris engraving. I'm gonna try to show you. It's a little bit dirty on it's vintage, but it should be like deep, not surface etched. So it should be like you can normally feel it. And when you zoom it with like a loop, I have a loop so I can do it. You can see like it's not all clear completely. Like it has some shape inside of it. It's super loop, like it's a detailed thing. So you will not be able with just your eyes able to see this honestly. But if you have a loop, just try to see like all the details. It's insane. Now let's talk about the interior logo in the double flap, which is here. So the Chanel and the Made in France, if you don't find it, usually it's hiding on this side. Chanel here, Made in France or Made in Italy, sometimes it can happen. This one is a Made in France, for example. But the logo, like the typo, should be always very clear. On some Chanel vintage, it can be a little bit like faded and it can look off a little bit sometimes. It can happen on very vintage bags. But if it happens, it's a little bit weird sometimes, so be careful. But it should like be very perfect and clear, as you can see. And it should be embossed. You normally can feel it. It's not just painted on it. It's embossed, so you can like feel it. You have the little R always. Each letter has the same each letter has the same height, like space between the letters and etc. Always. Usually Chanel bags comes with Made in France or Made in Italy. If it's something else, it can be weird. Honestly, red flag. What else? So this is my price tag that is going out of the bag. Also the interior is a red leather. As you can see. You can have on some bags vintage a fabric inside, red fabric inside usually. On some bags you have the authenticity card. This is also something important to check if everything is like, first if the autograph is perfect, because if you have mistakes on an authentication card, fake. You should always check that is like in the middle of everything. You should check that there are so many different points, but the card also can be a red flag, but also cannot be. Some bags don't have even like the card because it was lost somewhere. It's not like weird. It can happen. Sometimes vintage bags does not have the dust bag, the box. It can obviously happen. Or it happened that sometimes a client has a more recent bag than the bag because she switched or because she bought the box after. This is not a red flag for me. We only care about the bags and authenticate with the bag in person. Important also to notice, you should always have a bag in your hands also to authenticate, except if you can see it like on the page or on the website. But when we authenticate a bag, it's nice to feel the leather. The leather has a very certain touch, a certain soft. Smell it also to see if it smells leather. If it doesn't smell plastic, here the lambskin is so soft. You have also the caviar. The caviar can be super plasticky. You see if it's a fake or real one usually. Go in store as well. Like, well, the more recent are very different than the old one, obviously. These are not the same and it's not the same exact materials, not the same like leather and etc. And the same like treatment of the leather. But it can help you a lot to identify a fake and a real one. Don't hesitate to go in store, to ask, to check some points, always. But be careful in store, the SAs are not trained to check, to spot fake bags. Except if like it's a real fake, like real bad fake bag. They are not trained, so be careful for this. And they are not trained and they are not supposed to give you like the information. They are like forbidden to do it because it can be very dangerous for brand. Anyway, some of them can of course help you. They were working for Chanel for years and years. If they were like, I don't know, at the SAV, like the aftercare service, they know, they have all the information, of course, but be careful on this. The sides, on some bags, it can be like very damaged and like fold. But usually you have a great shape of the bag. The like little pocket on the side are like inside, kind of. I don't know if you know what I mean. It's like very well done. It should be like quite firm and not fluffy, you know. So it depends also on the year. Some of them are damaged, so you can see it is damaged, but usually not. And the price, guys, please come on. Sometimes it's just too good to be true. I have like a little funny story. I have a French girl. My website is in English and you can find the French translation, but some people does just not read. On my website, I sell bag organizer for those Chanel bags. So on the first picture, you have the bag organizer in front of the Chanel bag, and it's written bag organizer for Chanel 23 or 25, etc. The bag organizer costs like between 39 and 45 euros, something like this. And one client gave us a bad review because she thought that this product was the Chanel bag. She was like, they probably sell fake because this bag cannot be at 39 euro. I thought it would be na. Come on, just read it. So the title and the description say so, and the photos shows like the bag organizer in front. And the price, come on, of course it cannot be true. Like 49 euro for a Chanel bag, too good to be true, impossible. Even like 1,000 euro for a classic Chanel, no way, impossible. Like honestly, nowadays in 2024, not possible. So just be very careful about what you're buying. Do all your duties before. If you need to pay for authentication, do it. These bags cost so much money. You prefer to spend, I don't know, like 100 to 200 euro more, but to be sure you have a real authentic bag. You can go to store to be sure. You can go also pre-loved with some very trustful resellers. You have plenty of them worldwide. Of course, it's not only us. I see so many good resellers that are working super well, that care about expertise. I love their work. I love their bags also worldwide. I follow some of them that I really love. We all are a little bit different, but we have the same passion in common. And I always say there is a space for everyone, every single of us. It's a passion before all. So, you know, you can find some very good deal as well, but sometimes too good to be true, so be careful. Voila, I think you know most of it. These are the most general and important points that will help you. I have so many other inspection points I need to check each time I have a Chanel bag in my hands. But I cannot give you every details, of course, for counterfactor to be on my videos, and also because it would take me like hours, and you're not an expert necessarily, so you will not be able to check for yourself. So these are the points that you can check on your own and quite easily and quite fast. It will help you also to navigate a little bit. If you're not sure, contact me, contact other resellers. We can help you. This is our job. This is what we do, and this is what we need to do also, very important for us. So hit that like button and subscribe button to support my channel, and I will see you for another one. Bisous.